Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 57 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Now today's episode is supposed to be 2 games, and starting off with a series in Toronto against the Blue Jays, followed by a home series against Miami, but I had a lot of technical difficulty this episode. First, in the Toronto game, I got all the way to the 9th inning before my PlayStation 4 just decided to randomly shut off, so I lost all the progress in that game. So what I decided to do in that one is just sim the series, see what happens, just starting off with the first game. We win 6-1, which we were winning, I think, by 3 going into the last frame. But nonetheless, we win 6-1 in game 1. It looks like Alex Bregman had a 2-run blast and sprinkled some RBIs around for a few other players. And Josh James had a good appearance in this one. Game 2, we do lose 3-2 as we drop game number 2. It was Reddick and Smoke who had the RBIs for us, while on Toronto's side, Hansen went yard and Guerrero Jr. might have had a 2 RBI double as Urquidy gets the loss. And then in the rubber game, game 3, we do win 8-4, so the bats come alive in game number 3. Plenty of hits to go around as Canna and Brantley both went deep. Stubbs, Reddick, and Gurriel with the other RBIs. And it was Bo Bichette and McGuire for Toronto as Armenteros gets the win. So then what goes into a home series against Miami, another 3-game set. I also had some technical difficulties in this one, but I'll explain what that is later. But we're going to start off. Here it is, the 23-16 Houston Astros playing host to the 14-25 Miami Marlins. If you're excited for this one, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content on the channel as we get closer and closer now to 200 subscribers. Here is the lineups for both teams. Marlins, Nasim Nunez, followed by Harold Ramirez, a couple good hitters at the top. Then a couple lefties, Corey Dickerson and Chris Shaw. Brian Anderson at third, Garrett Cooper at first. The young catcher Jorge Alfaro at the 7th spot, followed by Franchi Cordero and Isan Diaz. Our lineup looks the same, except Correa's getting the day off, and Aledmys Diaz will be playing at short. On the mound for the Astros is Lance McCullers Jr., who's had a very rocky season so far. 7 starts, has yet to record his first win. He's got a 5.08 ERA with a 172 whip. He's going to need to fix that if he wants to become one of our top starting pitchers. First batter is Nunez. He's going to dribble this one up the middle, which is fielded by Diaz, and he throws him out at first base for out number 1. Here comes Harold Ramirez up next, 1-0 to Ramirez. He lines this one into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. So the Marlins with a runner on to start off the first. Corey Dickerson up next, 0-2 to him. He looks at a changeup on the bottom. Good pitch by McCullers to get out number 2. But then walks the other lefty, Chris Shaw. So that'll put runners on first and second here, 2 away for Brian Anderson, the former All-Star. Lines this one into left field, and it's going to get down in the corner for extra bases. And Brian Anderson will score a run, and a bad throw by Brantley gets the ball into the infield, and it looks like 2 runs are going to come around and score. They're going to charge that 1 RBI, a hit, and an error on Brantley on the throw. Very next batter, Garrett Cooper lines this one into right field. The run would have scored anyway, but the Marlins will get an extra as this ball's thrown around in the infield. Thankfully, nothing bad comes of that one. And then Alfaro, though, will strike out, so a little bit of a messy first inning for Houston as they start off 3-0 down as Sixto Sanchez is on the mound for Miami. He's had a much better season, 3.35 ERA, only made 1 start so far, so most of his numbers have come in relief. He'll start off with Brantley and 4 straight pitches, throws 4 straight balls, and Brantley will lead off with a walk. I'll bring up Yuli up next, full count to him. He gets a fastball, lifts it to deep left. Looks like the left fielder will have enough to catch it and record the first out of the first. The ball's thrown around as well, so a lot of interesting throws going around. Alvarez is going to strike out on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's been struggling a lot recently for out number 2. And then Bregman up next. First pitch is wild. It's going to get all the way to the backstop. And Brantley will move up to second base. So it puts runner in scoring position. Bregman, full count to him now. He's going to check his swing low, and they're going to call it a ball. So Bregman will take his base. And that'll put runners on first and second for Mark Canna. He looks at a slider, checks his swing, but it's not going to matter. It caught the bottom of the zone. How about bottom 2 now, starting off with Springer. And Springer makes no time on a full count high fastball. Jumps all over it, takes it deep to left into the stands. That ball is gone. Solo shot for Springer, his 3rd homer of the season. Only hit 3 homers. It's not really what we expected when we signed him to the 3-year, $36 million extension. in the offseason, but hopefully this can start to get the power numbers up for Springer. He's been played pretty solid in the other spots of his game, but we could use a little bit more of that power that we saw in 2020. Nonetheless, 3-1 Marlins now for Jose Altuve up next. He's first pitch swinging right at the third baseman Anderson, who bobbles it and cannot throw him out at first, and they're going to charge an error on Anderson there. Runner now on second. Stubbs up next, lines it deep into right center on a perfectly timed hit. Won't get down, but Altuve will get to third. He did steal second base. Diaz up next now, full count to him. He gets a high slider, lifts it deep to left. This could be deep enough to tag. Altuve will test it, and he will get home with ease to make it 3-2 now for the Marlins. Back up to the top of the order, full count to Brantley. He lines this one into left field, goes down and gets the fastball for a base hit. Brantley's had a phenomenal season so far. He's going to add here with a 2-out double. He's going to bring up Yuli Gurriel. We saw him fly out in the first, and, well, it looks like he's going to fly out again. Got a pretty solid pitch to hit, but we'll pop it up to the center fielder for out number 3. Let's go top 4 now, starting off with Isan Diaz, and he's going to put this one into the gap in right center. Going to get down for extra bases by the time Springer gets to it, and Isan Diaz has a leadoff double here in the 4th. Asim Nunez up next. That ball's in the dirt. Diaz is going to go to third base on the wild pitch. So runner now 90 feet away. Hitter in the at-bat for Nunez. He's going to line this one right at Diaz at short. He will field it on the ground and be thrown out. But the other Diaz for Miami will come around to make it 4-2. Harold Ramirez up next. Here's a chopper to Altuve at second. Fields it. Throws him out at first base for the second out. Corey Dickerson up now, 1-0 to him. And he gets a hold of this one deep to center, but the ballpark will contain it for out number 3 here in the 4th. Going now, bottom 5, Daniel McGrath comes in for Miami. The lefty's not had a good season so far with a 7.90 ERA. And he will start off his day with Yuli Gurriel, 1-2 to Yuli. He gets a high fastball, gets good wood on it, but it's going to be too high and popped up in shallow left center. Yordan Alvarez up next, 3-2 to him, and he swings through a slider, another strikeout for Yordan, and the second out of the inning. Bregman's up next, 2-1 to Bregman. He gets a slider, waits on it, and puts it into right center. The right fielder's coming back, and he misses the dive. So Bregman will get around second. He is going to try for 3, and it looks like he will get there. So a 2-out triple for Alex Bregman. Mark Canha's up next, and the first pitch he gets, he lines this one deep to left center. Perfect contact on that one, and it's gone over the wall in left center for a 2-run blast. The 11th on the season for Mark Canha, 397 feet. What a pickup Mark Canha has been. I mean, came over from the defending champ A's, signed to a very team-friendly deal, and he is making good work for Houston. George Springer's up next. We saw him also homer, but he will not homer on this hit as he grounds a curveball to the third baseman. Now we'll go top 7 with Miami. Brad Peacock is on the mound, and Brian Anderson will lead off for us. 1-0 to Anderson. He lines this one into left field for a base hit. Miami's got a lot of base hits in this one. And that'll do it for Peacock as they'll turn it over to Alex Reyes coming out of the pen. He's got a 6.86 ERA. Reyes, we know the struggles he's had since acquiring him at the deadline last year. First batter, though, he will get swinging on the changeup as Cooper will go down for out number 1. Jorge Alfaro up next, 0-1 to him. And he's going to bloop this one to shallow right center in front of the right fielder. And Canha will try to throw him out at third, but unable to. So runners on the corners, 1 out for Franchi Cordero. And he's going to line this one to shallow left field over the glove of Bregman. That'll bring home a run, and it'll be 5-4 now for Miami. Isan Diaz up next. Isan lines this one down the line, and that one's going to get into the outfield for a base hit. Another run's going to come around for Miami, and now it is 6-4 Marlins. Reyes really struggling here in relief. Nunez gets him to go down, though, on the 2-seamer. So now 2 outs, runners on second and third. Harold Ramirez up next, and he lines this one, and Bregman knocks it down. Can't field it, though, and that will cost Houston a run. They will call that one a base hit, however. Dickerson's up next, and Dickerson's not done yet. He's putting this one in the gap in left center. It's going to get all the way up against the wall. Another run will come around. Brantley will glitch to the ball, and then another will come around. It is now 9-4 for Miami. Reyes, struggling, is pulled, and they're going to put in Joe Smith instead. Very much better numbers than Reyes. You got to wonder why they didn't go to him first in the first place. And one pitch, he gets Chris Shaw to pop out to right center. So costly inning for Houston. They go down 5, but here is where I started to have technical difficulties. I noticed after this pitch, well, actually I didn't notice after this pitch, but apparently after this pitch, my capture card started to not record. I guess I ran out of storage space, but now it's 9-8 for Miami. We've had a little bit of a rally here in this one, and now it's bases loaded for Alex Bregman, and Bregman will get it into the outfield for a base hit. So just like that, Houston will take the lead. It is now 10-9 Houston. I wish I would have showed you the rally, but instead I showed you, though, the end of the rally. As we take a 10-9 lead, rally complete. Canada will pop up the next one into right center. It will be caught, but now we have a 1-run lead. It was Stubbs going yard, and it was Bregman going yard, who were a part of our runs. But Osuna will come into the night looking for save number 13. He has been perfect on his 12 opportunities so far. Cordero's up first. First pitch pops it up into shallow left center. Easy out for Brantley. Next batter is Isan Diaz, who's had a good game so far, but not here as he strikes out on a nasty slurve. 2 outs now for Houston. 1 out away from winning. Nasim Nunez, though, will draw the walk. So tying run is on base. Harold Ramirez up next, and they're going to actually steal second base, and he gets it. So gutsy call, trusting the speed of Nunez. And then Ramirez will walk as well. So now runners on first and second, getting a little bit tipsy for Houston, as Dickerson, a pitch in the dirt, will get away from Stubbs. And now the tying run is 90 feet away. Full count to Dickerson. Osuna deals, gets him looking on the fastball down and away. 98 miles an hour. So the Houston Astros do win this one 10-9. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't show you guys the rally. Always pay attention if you're recording to how much space you have left. But we win 10-9. Win goes to Smith. Loss goes to Steckenrider, we saw come into the game. And Osuna gets the save. Bregman is your player of the game, went 3 for 4 with that home run. He had the solo shot. Stubbs had a 3-run bomb. And then you saw the other 2 also came from Bregman. But we win game number 1. And after this game, we are going to make the call to send Reyes down to AAA. He is just not panning out in the majors at all. His ERA is up to 8.31, so maybe you can use a little bit more seasoning. In this place, we're going to call up Austin Pruitt, who you're familiar with. He was in the bullpen last year. Kind of know what you're going to get with him. He's basically about a 4.50 ERA guy that we can, but it's a lot better than the 8.30 we were getting out of Reyes. So he is called up to the Major League squad. Game 2, we do win 4-3 late in the ninth, so it looks like we had a little bit of walk-off action in game number 2. Hard to tell who it was. I think it might have been Brantley who had a double to win the game. And then in game number 3, we do sweep the Miami Marlins. We win this one 13-2, a 6-run 4th inning, 21 hits going around for Houston. So good to see the bats starting to wake up. Alvarez had a humongous game, 2 home runs, didn't record an out. As we move up to 26-16, we have a day off, so I think it's best we take a look at the minor leagues, see how they're doing, as Round Rock is winning 22-12, and Corpus Christi is 18-15. So next episode, we're going to take a look at the minors, see how their season's been going. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Hopefully that is not a concurrence. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob.